Are her male friendships hurting your relationship? When her friendships with other men are negatively impacting your relationship, what steps should you take? I recently received a question from a viewer who expressed concern that his girlfriend's connections with her male friends are causing strain in their relationship. He is uncertain whether his feelings stem from jealousy, or if there are other underlying issues at play. He is contemplating whether he should confront her about these friendships and suggest that she cut ties with these guys, or if he should focus on a specific individual, or perhaps even try to ignore his feelings altogether. Many of you might find yourselves in a similar predicament at some point, pondering how to navigate the complexities of her male friendships that seem to be affecting your relationship. So stay with me as I delve into both aspects of jealousy and the idea of ignoring these feelings, regardless of whether you have been in a long-term relationship or are just starting to date. First, let's explore the topic of jealousy in relationships. You might be surprised to learn that experiencing a small amount of jealousy can actually be a sign of a healthy relationship. Yes, you heard that right. A little jealousy can serve as a useful indicator of what truly matters to you. If you find yourself never feeling jealous, you might either possess a strong sense of self-confidence, or you could be fooling yourself. It's also possible that you genuinely feel secure, but this can lead to taking your partner for granted. If that resonates with you, keep reading because I have some insights that could help. However, if your jealousy stems from deep-seated insecurities, it can become detrimental to your relationship. Can you relate to this feeling? If so, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure many others can relate as well. It's important to strike a balance when it comes to jealousy in romantic partnerships. A healthy level of jealousy can act as a reminder to appreciate your partner and not take them for granted. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the concept of hypergamy isn't solely about women seeking partners of higher status. Sometimes, it's about them finding someone who meets their needs that you may have neglected. If your girlfriend is starting to bond with her male friends in a way that makes you uneasy, it could be because they are fulfilling emotional needs that you once addressed in the early stages of your relationship. This is something worth considering. And yes, I understand your concern. Shouldn't she also put in effort? Absolutely. Relationships require commitment and effort from both partners, and this should be a continuous endeavor. If you find yourself unwilling to invest effort into your relationship, it's likely that you will face challenges down the line, which could lead to a breakup or even infidelity. It's crucial to recognize that both partners must actively participate in nurturing the relationship to ensure its longevity. If you're serious about being in a romantic partnership, you've got two choices. Invest energy into making things work with your current partner, or put effort into starting fresh with someone new. Either way, dedication is non-negotiable. Think of it like building emotional savings. The time and care you invest now acts as a safety net for future challenges. This love bank will help weather storms later. So why not commit fully to nurturing what you've already built? After all, she's putting in the same kind of work throughout your relationship. Now let's explore opposite gender friendships and how they might impact relationships. First question. What's your take on platonic male-female friendships? Share your thoughts in the comments. When examining male friendships, it's important to recognize that not all relationships carry equal weight. 3 key questions can help assess potential concerns. 1. Is this individual genuinely a risk to our relationship? 2. Does my jealousy have reasonable grounds? 3. Most importantly, do our core values align? Let's unpack these. Statistically, if he's heterosexual, even slightly bisexual, there's a significant chance he's considered pursuing a romantic/physical relationship with her at some point. This isn't about distrust, it's basic human psychology. Even childhood friends or coworkers might harbor hidden attractions. While complete trust is ideal, avoiding tempting situations like excessive late-night chats with Chad helps protect relationships. If he's openly gay, concerns diminish, but even then, boundaries matter. Now let's flip the mirror. Healthy jealousy is normal, but when insecurity makes you feel unworthy, it becomes relationship poison. Ask yourself, are your fears pushing her away? Could your constant doubts actually create the very situation you fear? This isn't about blaming victims, but self-awareness matters. Conversely, if her actions seem intentionally disrespectful, ask why you'd settle for less than you deserve. Are you jealous of her success? Family time? Female friendships? These could signal deeper insecurities that need addressing. Ultimately, relationship issues often stem from internal struggles rather than external threats. Before blaming her male friendships, consider whether unaddressed personal anxieties might be the real problem. And if she truly isn't invested in making things work, that's a reflection on her choices, not your worth. Either way, honest self-reflection becomes the key to moving forward constructively. I have a solution for you that I will share shortly. But first I want to ask, have you ever found yourself feeling excessively jealous? If so, please share your experiences in the comments below. You are definitely not alone in this. Many others have felt the same way, and you can see that reflected in the comments section. I encourage you to take a moment to read through them, as I have a wonderful community of viewers who generously share their insights and experiences to support one another. If you have your own stories to tell or questions about challenges you are currently facing, please don't hesitate to write them in the comments. I strive to respond to as many comments as possible, and often, someone with more life experience may step in to offer their help as well. Thank you to all my viewers, and to the Wingman Tribe family for fostering such a supportive environment in the comments. Let's keep the conversation positive and free from judgment. Now, if the person you're feeling jealous about isn't truly a threat, and I'll provide some examples shortly, it might be that your values simply don't align. As I've mentioned in previous videos, having compatible beliefs, values, and long-term goals is essential for establishing a solid foundation for a successful and happy relationship. It's important to understand that attraction and chemistry do not automatically equate to compatibility, a fact that some of you may already be aware of. Here's a crucial point. If you choose to be with someone whose values and beliefs are incompatible with yours, even if they agree to act in a way that you prefer, when faced with a challenging situation, they may not prioritize your needs. Instead, they will likely act according to their own value system, which may not align with what you desire. This can lead to trust issues when life tests their commitment to those values. Another key point to consider is that sometimes, a person's insecurities can lead them to behave inappropriately, even if their values do align with yours. However, if their values do not match yours, it's important to recognize that everyone makes mistakes. Life is full of tests, and it's completely normal for people to err. But if someone doesn't recognize their actions as mistakes based on their own value system, their conscience may not prevent them from making choices that you perceive as wrong. Let me share a personal story to illustrate this. I once dated a man who believed that all men would cheat if given the chance and if they thought they wouldn't get caught. My own value system contradicts that belief. While I acknowledge that many men might consider cheating if the opportunity arises, I believe that, based on their values, most would resist the temptation or avoid putting themselves in such situations. This fundamental difference in values led me to conclude that I would prefer to be with someone who shares my disillusionment, rather than someone who gives himself a free pass to cheat if the opportunity presents itself. Ultimately, he did take that free pass, and I can laugh about it now, but it serves as a clear example of how his actions align with his value system. In any long-term relationship, your values will inevitably be tested. You will face temptations, and you may find yourself in challenging situations. It's how you respond to these temptations that will ultimately define the strength and integrity of your relationship. It's essential to ensure that the person you are in a relationship with shares a value system that aligns with your own. For instance, I have a friend. Well, I still have friends, but all my male friends are gay now, which eliminates any potential threats. One of my friends, after meeting the woman who would become his future wife, made a personal decision to stop spending time alone with single straight women. He explained to me that it wasn't about a lack of trust in himself. Rather, it was about showing respect for his partner. I found that to be quite admirable. Now let's address a question from a viewer. Should he be direct and ask her to end her friendships with men, or should he adopt a more nonchalant attitude towards her interactions with them? Additionally, I will share some guidelines on what constitutes safe male friendships. We all have standards and expectations, even if we aren't always consciously aware of them. You can gauge your standards by observing how you allow others to treat you. To put it another way, your standards are reflected in the way you permit people to behave towards you. Moreover, your expectations become clear when you feel let down by someone. If someone's actions upset you, it serves as a reminder that your standards, boundaries, and expectations may have been crossed. Setting boundaries is crucial for initiating change, especially when you feel that your standards have been disrespected. A key point to remember is that your ability to establish boundaries and enforce consequences is a reflection of how much you value yourself. Interestingly, setting boundaries in a respectful manner is actually a kind act. You might wonder how others can know how to treat you if you don't communicate your needs. If someone is unable or unwilling to meet your requests, it could indicate a lack of respect for you, which is a red flag, or it might suggest that your values are not compatible, which is another red flag. Even if your requests stem from insecurities, it's important to address any unhealthy insecurities you may have. My Wake Up to Love program can assist you with this, and if you feel you need additional support, seeking counseling is a great option. I will include a link for that as well. Thank you for staying with me through this lengthy discussion. Now let's talk about the positive signs, green flags, when it comes to male friendships or relationships. When is it acceptable for your partner to have a friendship with a man? Here are my standards, which you can adjust to fit your own comfort level, but I believe these guidelines will help keep your relationship secure. 1. If they go out for lunch or coffee, it should be in a public place. This is a positive sign. 2. He has never expressed any romantic or sexual interest in her, either to her or to anyone else. 3. You should feel free to join them whenever you want. 4. If he has a partner, she should also be welcome to join. 5. She speaks highly of you to him and does not share her complaints about you. While you may not always be aware of the last point, the more of these green flags you can identify, the better. In fact, I would recommend aiming for all 5. So when it comes to whether to confront the issue directly or to take a more laid-back approach, I believe that addressing it openly is the best course of action. If you find yourself facing a problem, it's important to tackle it head-on as soon as you can. Before doing so, take a moment to reflect on your own insecurities and values. Have you ever noticed that your insecurities have impacted a relationship? I invite you to share your experiences in the comments section below. Also, if you believe this video could be beneficial to someone else, please like, subscribe, and share it. Your support means a lot. Thank you for being here, and I truly appreciate your presence. Wishing you all the best.